We are live here at FMG Waikato Stadium, ready for what is expected to be a big clash between the New Zealand Warriors and the Newcastle Knights. Both teams probably not impressed with how they've started the season. Obviously, 1 win and 3 losses for both of them. With them looking to repair their sins, I would say, and hopefully get this back on track with their second win of the season tonight. I'm joined in the commentary box by Blair Curtin. Blair, what are you looking forward to about this game?
Kia ora, Commissioner. Well, it certainly should be an interesting game this evening. Some have called it a spoon bowl, but that's not really how I like to look at it. Both teams are going to be looking forward to next season and how they can rebuild and get up to the ladder. So, shall the Knights be all conquering, or will the Warriors their fortress?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting look at it. Obviously, in New Zealand, Warriors, they're known to be able to win good at New Zealand. Obviously, I think it was last time they played the Penrith Panthers, they managed to get their first win in New Zealand. So they look at a Shadow Fortress. The kick goes down to Bunce, who takes the first catch, gives it off to Daniel Ngo. First run up here, so he'll play it there on the 20. Looking to start a strong start here, obviously. They started well against the Panthers, getting Liam Rogers the first player to cross over. What did you make of the Warriors' last performance? Obviously, had the bye last week, but to digest the performance, obviously a win over the Panthers. How do you think they'll sort of build off that performance today?
I hope they'll take it as a settler. Rugby league is a game where doing the small things right to start with is how you build your success. So here's hoping they keep doing more of what they did in their last game 2 weeks back and grind out a win here against the Knights. That's what they'll be looking to do, I think.
As we had a set restart there, as though, never mind, it doesn't matter. An intercept's thrown there. Pete Veretto comes onto it. Obviously, the ex-Broncos player played just his 3rd game in Knights colours after joining them from the Mines midway through the season. It'll be Maverick Goldfield will play it there. Sadly, gives a short there to Pete Veretto. Another run here for the Newcastle second rower, playing it there on the 40 now. Goes for a hand, Logan Strange it is. Obviously, the Knights currently on a 3-game losing streak. Haven't won since their round 1 victory against the Eels at home. What do they need to do to sort of get a victory here? What needs to change?
So this is the 3rd week in a row I've commentated a Knights game, so I've seen how they've done a bit. Last week against the Panthers, they looked as Barner makes a break onto Corcoran.
As we have,
he'll play the ball about 7 metres out.
As Corcoran will play here. Sorry to cut you off. We'll go back to you in a moment. We'll just run out this play now. Spuds takes it on the line here. 5 metres out there. We'll play it there. It'll be McCartney who feeds it on to Jaden White. He takes a little run there. Gets wrapped up there by Robbie Elms. Obviously, the winger turning to fullback here as it goes short there to Corcoran. Josh Corcoran will be on his back there. I think over the line, they're going to say no. He was still in the field of play there. 5th tackle, McCartney now as he takes on not the right decision there, and the Knights survive. Great work there from the Newcastle Knights in their defence. Good signs early on.
Yeah, the Warriors did quite well there to get close to the line. However, I think that was a bit of a nothing play on the last for McCartney there. However, the Knights themselves have been guilty of that a few times over the last couple of weeks that I've been commentating their games, as Sadler makes a line break to be pulled down on the Warriors 40. So what Newcastle need to do to win here is... Mobs makes a...
This is a good sign here for
well.
the Knights. Sorry to cut you off there, Blake Kurtz. We'll get back to you in a moment. This game is just going end-to-end at the moment. Matthew Vaughan will set up nicely there in the halfback role for the 2nd week in a row. Sent it over to Jack O'Neill. Obviously the 5'8" turn fullback back to 5'8". Retiring an assistant. He'll play it 2 metres short of the line. To go Sadler, Grubbers it in. And Moberson's going to score. And the Knights hit early on. Scored their first opportunity. And the Newcastle Knights hit the front.
Well, Lachlan, I think this is an early sign that the Knights have learnt their lessons of the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago against the Rabbitohs, they consistently came up with 1-out plays on fifth, and when they were dominating in that first half against the Knights, they were doing more with the ball. Hopefully this means that they now know what they need to do, which is to spread the ball around, put in pressure-creating grubber kicks towards the end of the set, and this could lead to a lot of points for the Knights. Personally, I've got them tipped by 13+.
Yeah, it was a very good start there. Obviously, we tried to talk about what the Knights need to do to, improve on the last 3 weeks. Obviously, haven't won since round 1 against the Eels for 16 points to 14. And, well, now they have. They're up now early on. Definitely a way to get back into it. The Warriors, they'll be disappointed. They had a good opportunity early on. Couldn't do much of it after McCartney took it on the last. And the Knights go pretty much 100 meters in that set. And a beautiful kick there from Moblins. I'm not even sure who kicked it. Was it Matthew Vaughan, I want to say, that kicked it? Whoever it was a beautiful kick from Moblins. And Knights strike first.
I believe it might have been Sadler who took that grubber kick. But yeah, great work, and just shows the importance of actually doing something with the ball when you've got it. Real contrast, end to end.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised how quickly the Knights sort of just went up the field there. They sort of really did a little trouble. Pretty sure they made a line break probably every play in that set. It just kept going up the field. It was very strong. And eventually, they got the cookies at the end as Mark On will play it there just past the 40. Goes Mark Lee. He punts it into the backfield. It's going to get over the head of Chance Buds. Finds the grass, but he'll take it there. And the Warriors fullback will be tackled on the 30 there. A good set there by the Knights after scoring points, but probably not the kick they would have liked to end the set off, would you say?
No, and I believe they might have taken that kick on fourth as well, which is a bit of a curious decision from Mark Lee. Slattery makes a line break and gets an offload to Corcoran.
Corcoran's onto Sadler. Sadler's going to pull him down there, just 5 meters out. This is what the Warriors need. They need a score here. They cannot wait. Corcoran wide to Simons, and Simons will score out wide for the Warriors as they hit back.
Yeah, wow. Great play from the Warriors there. Really, that was just built off a line break, forcing the Knights back, and they just didn't seem to have their defensive line ready and in position.
Maverick Oldfield was missing a tackle there on Isaac Simons. It was a great little play there from Corcoran, just a long ball out to Simons, and he just sprinted onto it to get the try there. It goes back to that, I know you probably didn't agree. I don't think that was the best kick option from the Knights. I think they should have waited an extra play and then go for the kick. But it put the Knights in a good, Warriors in a good position. Corcoran was that made the breakers. Well, his brother just misses that goal. Knights still have the lead 6 points to 4, but both teams showing their attacking strides early here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. How many line breaks have we seen so far this game? It feels we're seeing 2 or 3 a set from each side. Both teams really need to harden up in defence as well, make some tackles, and put some pressure back on the team with the ball.
Have to agree, whereas Mark Lee is the one to punt it downfield there to Josh Corcoran, who gives it there to Daniel Ngo. That's a big run up. Pete Ferraro, he's met with Pete Ferraro, folded onto his back. That's a tackle you'd like to see after scoring points and bin Daniel Ngo. They go sideways now. Bunts it as though, but here's a tricky one to fold. And another line break here. This time Robbie Elms is the man to wrap him up. Play it there. Looking to go inside here. They do. Paddy Corcoran it is to take the ball there, but he's wrapped up there by Manufata Philly. Back in the starting side after being on the bench that week. What do you make of that decision from Logan Strange? So we have Pat Corcoran now taking it up. He'll play it there on the 40. Goes back to Josh Corcoran now. He'll punt it over. Fielded there by Maverick Oldfield. Oldfield now. Oldfield with some space. He's taking on Chance Bunts. Bunts is chasing. Bunts is trying to get across field. He's going to make the tackle, but now the Knights are in another attacking opportunity here. He'll play it there 10 metres out from the try line. Goes Jack O'Neill. Inside ball there to Bo Sadler. Sadler sending up centre field. He plays it there. Second tackle. Mark Lee gives it short there to Maverick Old for the man that started it. He'll get held up there. They'll play their third tackle. O'Neill sends it there to Manufata Philly. That'll be the fourth. Goes Jack O'Neill again. He's getting his hands on the ball this set, but he's wrapped up there by McCartney. O'Neill will play it there. Goes Matthew Vaughan. He puts it high. Gonna be taken there well by Altera. And the Warriors have the ball back. So send the wide here now. It's going to be Daniel Ngo. Playing it there, second tackle. Just short of the 20-meter line. Oh, that's a bit of an error there. First error of the game, I believe, and the Knights have a beautiful opportunity here as they gave away a penalty for Warriors. Decision time here for the Knights. That's the smart decision. They'll take the tap here on the 20. Gives it short there to Mobinston. They need a score here, but I'm not sure how long the Warriors defense can hold them out for. Short ball there to Logan Strange. He'll play it there just short of the 10-meter line. Manufacturer Philly it is. Runs onto a hard line there. Playing it there, Mark Lee now. Jack O'Neill takes on a line here. He's pushing forward Jack O'Neill to get a try. He's going to be held up there. Meters short. In fact, centimeters off the line. Mark Lee it is. Can't get the pass out. And Bunce wraps him up. This will be the 5th tackle. O'Neill's waiting in the backfield. He's looking to put a grubber kick in. He drops the ball cold and... well, the Warriors survive. They didn't look the best in that set tonight, but... to the end of the set and a poor kick, or I guess a knock on in the last 2 plays.
Bit disappointing from the Knights there. They were in pole position to really deliver some pressure as Bunce makes a break. Every time I try and do some analysis, it feels like a player makes a line break. But yeah, a little bit disappointing from the Knights there, I've got to say. They were trying to move the ball around, which is a positive start, but none of their passes were really seeming to stick, and they've let the Warriors off the hook.
Yeah, obviously not what you'd expect there from the Knights. 2 sets in a row they had on the line. They couldn't really do much of it. As it'll be Josh Corcoran now who punts it into the backfield. Gives it down to Dylan Murray. Faruqi steps one. He'll be caught there by Jalen White. He'll play it there on the 30. Shaq, I think a positive sign over those 2 sets, though, at least we saw a little bit of resistance in defense there in those past 2 sets. You know, both teams, the Warriors were not letting the Knights get a sniff, and they managed to keep them inside. They're in harvest. Now Markley, that's a good run. That's a good run. Gets up over to 30. In fact, gets an offload, but an error now. And they're going to say knock on, no advantage. And the Warriors get the ball back.
I feel like Markley was trying a little bit too hard there. He was in a position where he really could have taken the tackle, kept the ball secure, and kept the Knights moving forward. As Corcoran makes another break.
Great run there by Corcoran. Didn't need to throw it offload though. That's the 2nd tackle. He'll play it there just short of the 30 now. Long pass over to Liam Rogers. Setting up nicely just to the left-hand side of the upright. That goes short side again. Engo it is. Over to Simons. That'll be the 4th tackle. Warriors with a real attacking opportunity now to potentially take the lead. Oh, that's a bit of a juggle there. Gets the offload though. Makes something out of what should have been nothing in that play. And that's going to be 5th tackle. 10 meters out now. Engo will play it there on the last. Awatara gives it a Corcoran, but that's another error there. Pressure on Corcoran. Probably waited too long to put that kick in. And another disappointing finish to the set there from the Warriors.
Can I just say what an absolute revelation Veretto's been for the Knights. He's come into the team and... what has happened there?
They've given a penalty for offside. I'm not entirely sure what the ref's doing. He may have forgotten the rule book there, but it's going to be a penalty. Knights get to go upfield. Can't say I agree with that call, but anyway, we move on. Yeah, as you were saying, Blair?
Veretto's been an absolute revelation for the Knights. We knew he was a gun at the Broncos, but he's really put his absolute heart into all his games so far at the Knights and really got the moving forward in attack and put some big hits on in defence. If he can rein in his disciplinary issues, which is why I think he left the Broncos, if memory serves, then he'll be an absolute gun for the Knights.
As Robbie Holmes plays it there, they go wide, hit a mark line. He gets it offloaded back to Bo Sadler. He can't do anything with it though when he's pulled down there, just short of the 20. 5th tackle, 22 minutes gone in this one. Goes Jack O'Neill, who puts it high. That's a good kick there. Bunce is under it. Bunce is undertaken there by Sabbath Tua. But he'll be wrapped up there by McCart in the end. The Knights can't do anything there and the Warriors survive.
Well, Nano's making 20 extremely easy meters there to pretty much get the Warriors all the way out of their red zone.
Good run
What's
there.
going on with the Knights defence?
Both teams seem to be letting players make easy meters out as bunts. Another line break there. But then a little muscle up in defense. I wonder if Daniel Keat and John Nana can change that, because you know how big Daniel Keat is. Obviously, the biggest player in the game. Is always going to get another run here. Oh, and he runs over there. Daniel Keat. Absolutely love watching the big giant play. Some like to call him the big friendly giant. He's a lovely bloke, but he just is about too massive. Sean Walker now looking for space. He's going to be wrapped up there by what seems to be Jack O'Neill, and I think that's Dylan Murray. Great tackle there. It's going to go. Grubber in there, taken by John McCartney, and the Warriors strike next, and they take the lead here in New Zealand.
Well, it looks like that they've decided to take a play out of the Knights playbook. Just roll. We see the Grubber roll in, and John McCartney knows how to dive on that. Warriors 8-6 with the kick to come.
Yeah, it seemed like they sort of focused a lot of pressure on Daniel Kidd as if he was going to get the ball there. Obviously, it's hard not to notice a target like that. He's probably about the size of the entire Knights forward pack combined. with those massive legs and a massive upper body. He's got 220 centimeters he is. Absolute giant, but Corcoran just got it there and just grubbed it in. And McCartney scores. I'll tell you what, Josh Corcoran, he's probably been up there with the Warriors' best players so far. Obviously setting up both the tries that have been scored. What have you made of his performance so far?
Yeah, he has had a decent game. Certainly, they've looked a lot stronger in attack when he's got the ball towards the end of the set. I think from here, it'll be really him putting his hand up and directing the Warriors' attack moving forward.
It's John Nana, it is, with a big run over to the 20. They go long ball over to Liam Rogers. Pushing forward there, up towards the 30. That'll be the second tackle. Playing it there. The Warriors have to make sure they completely set up the scoring points. The Knights have had a lot of opportunities in this game. However, they've been yet to crack the Knights after that first attacking opportunity. They go short ball here to Liam Rogers. But Pete Veretto and Sabbath will read it nicely. They'll play it there, fourth tackle now. Long ball over, and it's going to be Awatere. Getting up there, tackled there by Matthew Vaughan. That'll be the fifth tackle. 26 minutes gone. The Warriors still leading for Knights, 10 points to 6. That's not the greatest kick. Elbs charges onto it, but a good tackle there by Liam Rogers.
That wasn't a great kick, but it was chased very well, and it covered a lot of the problems with that kick. The Knights didn't get a line break as a result of the kick, and so now they've got to work it as Farfili makes a bit of a break.
Bit of a commentator's curse there, as you say, they didn't make a line break. Might have Farfili finds the spaces there. They go out wide to Lachlan Cherney. He'll play it there on the about 25 meters out now. One last tackle in this set before we have the last. As Manafar Philly with another run there. Sort of jogged onto that one. Looked a bit tired there. I wonder if he's carrying an injury at the moment. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. As it's going to be Jack O'Neill puts it high. A great kick there. An excellent kick tapped back for Robbie Elbs. But the Warriors defense covers once again. Jaden White and Sean Walker it was. And they survive once more.
Great defense from the Warriors there, but also great vision from Elms to be there. And if you're not going to score a try, there's worse places to hand the ball over than 5 meters out in a corner.
Now, obviously, we've seen a lot of line breaks in this game. We have to hope that they don't make an eyes. There we go. Oh, but Renato, another great tackle from him. But they are making relatively easy meters once again, the Warriors. Although, considering some of the meters we've seen teams make in this game so far, it's not the worst defensive set we've seen from the Warriors today. As they're going to go Barner inside there to Barnes. There's another great tackle there. Really, Barnes, he's taken a few hit-ups in this set, but they've really made sure he's targeted and they haven't allowed him to make a line break or at least make a ton of meters in this set. So, great job there from the Warriors. Oh, that's great. Great little tackle there off the kick return from the Warriors. Both great defense from both sides in that last set, last little couple minutes or so.
Yeah, both seem to be getting a little bit more starch in their defense, but we're now at the 30-minute mark. In the last 10 minutes of this half, we should see some tied defenders, and so this could really potentially go either way.
So go Cherney now. Gets up towards the 30-meter line. He'll play it there. Gets to play the ball. Goes over to Matthew Vaughan. He'll punt it into the backfield. Fielded there by Isaac Simons. Isaac Simons in the space. This is dangerous. He gets past Robbie Elves, but Matthew Vaughan comes across with a brilliant tackle. John McCartney now. Gives it short there to Paddy Corcoran. He pushes forward there. That's the second tackle. Goes to Jaden White. That's the third tackle. 8 minutes to go to halftime. It's John McCartney now. Scheming out of dummy half, although they can't really do much there as the Knights defense reader. Well, Mark Lee was making the tackle. Short ball there to Liam Rogers. He'll play it there. Defense is definitely getting a lot better. We're not seeing the end-to-end stuff we pretty much were seeing earlier in the game. Has that sort of impression? Oh, this is Dylan Murray now. Oh, Dylan Murray! He breaks a couple tackles. Sean Walker catches up to him. As I was saying, though, we're not really seeing the end-to-end stuff we saw earlier in the game. Does that sort of impress you over the last couple minutes?
Yeah, it has, as we see another line break. It really seems to be the commentator's curse whenever we bring up improving defence. But in general, what was that we saw there? But in general, I think the defence has improved as we've gone on a bit, but both sides are still have a bit of a missed tackle in them.
Yeah, I have to agree as they go sideways there to Mount Fa'apiti, looking to potentially take the lead just before half-time here. Jackie Newell's waiting just behind Mark Lee. You'd expect him to put the final tick, and he will. In fact, he's going for a grubber kick. Picked up there by Mark Lee. We might see a try. We will. What's going on here? I think there was a knock-on there from the Warriors. It might have been John Nanai. Mark Lee picks it up. Bends off chance bunts, and the Knights take the lead just before half-time here.
Well, someone from... Who is that? Number 14, I believe that is Nanai, has absolutely gone to sleep in defence there, as Mark Lee just scoops the ball off him, ups Bunsey, and puts it down next to the posts.
Yeah, Chance Bunce, not known for getting fended off like that, but Mark Lee with all the defense in the one, even if Bunce was able to get around to, I don't think he would have had much chance of stopping Mark Lee at pace like that. Jackie would definitely caught them off guard there, as, sorry to cut you off there, what were you going to say, Blair?
I was just going to say that speed is something you can't coach, you can't defend, but you can upgrade. And I'd say that Mark Lee coming in there with speed has really allowed him to bump off Bunsey there, who just wasn't coming in with the same sort of speed and therefore wasn't able to get the hit force in that he needed to prevent Lee from scoring.
Yeah, it's been interesting there from the Knights there. Jack O'Neill looked like he was going to go for, you know, one of those high bombs there, test out Bunsey maybe with Robbie Elms coming through.
Gurney's being folded.
But last second, he sort of just went with the grubber kick. Mark Lee came through, picked it up, got a nice tries. Play on here. Mighty Fa'apiti it is. Taking it up. He's had an impressive game so far, to say the least. Mark Lee will pass it out the back here. Gives it to Jack O'Neill. Matthew Vaughan, they spread it over to Elms. That's a good tackle on the Knights winger turn fullback. He'll play it there, fourth tackle. Goes inside there, that's an intercept. Poor play there from the Knights. The Warriors will get one last opportunity here. Not what they needed, is it, Blair?
No. When you set after points, you always need to get to your kickers. Terry makes a break. Offloads to Corcoran. Doesn't seem to be much advantage in that offload.
It's now Daniel Keat it is. The big man takes the hit up there. Bit of a settler run. Doesn't make many meters there. Don't think he was even expecting that ball. To go inside there to Bunce. They read it well. They're churning and Fa'apiti around him. That's the fourth tackle now. It's going to be Jaden White pushing forward. That'll be the fifth tackle. 2 minutes remaining until halftime. It's going to be Josh Corcoran once more to put it up. He's already set up 2 tries today. And Dylan Murray, under all sorts of pressure, had Sean Walker coming up against him. Makes that catch. Great catch there by Dylan Murray. Especially for someone such a small winger there, isn't he? Such a great catch, though.
Really solid play there from Murray. Knew to stay inside as Mobster makes a break to be wrapped up by Bunce and I believe one of the Corcorans. But yeah, great awareness there from Murray to stay inside his in goal, make sure he takes it over the line so the Knights get a 7 tackle set and a free ride to the 20.
on the 30. If the Knights score here, the Warriors will be at a massive deficit at halftime, considering how good their defense has been in periods in this game compared to the Warriors. There's Robbie Elms now, scheming out over there. Gets past one before wrapped up by McCartney. We cannot afford to concede here. Short ball there to Boberson, looking for a double. He might get one, and he will.
Well, if Mobberston's crossed here, then that is pure strength that's got him over. And I think he has. Yeah, that's a try.
Charging onto it at absolute pace there, Mobberston. And he just goes over the 10-meter line, over the advantage line. And on the buzzer, the Knights score. And, well, the Warriors look starstruck here. They went from...
I mean, if
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, Lachlan, go ahead. Oh, okay. I was just going to say, for the Warriors, this has to be a massive kick in the guts.
As we go to halftime, the Knights leading the Warriors 18 points to 10. Back in the second half. Josh Corcoran it is, ready to get the ball back on the tee. Probably not the way I would have liked to end that second half there. Obviously 2 tries in the final 5 minutes. Blair Curtin, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, Warriors were doing everything right until the 35th minute, and then they just seemed to have collectively spilled their lollies. Mobberston was an absolute beast for the Knights, with 7 runs for 108 metres. But on the other side of the ledger, Chance Bunce, higher-ranking fullback, 5 line breaks at 150 metres, while Paddy Corcoran, who's just come off, quite surprisingly, made 3 line breaks in the first half.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. I think the 2 best forwards in that first half, both have come off in the second half. The beginners, an intercept there thrown. Not great there by Alex Christie's first touch. He throws the intercept after making a line break. Would like to have that moment over again, as the Warriors will get an opportunity here as now Jaden White takes on the line. Sabtua, who seems to have gone back to the second row position, will take him down there as Barner now pushes up the middle. That's the third tackle. The Warriors did start strong here, down by 8 points at the break. As it goes short ball there, picked up by Pete Verona, massive shot put on Liam Rogers, absolutely lined out. Who was that put the shot on? I missed it.
I couldn't quite catch who put that shot on, but it was Veretto who picked up the crumbs, and both the Knights' second rowers throughout this game have really done a great job, as Strange makes a break to be wrapped up by Chance Bunce.
This is looking good. Theo Jackanil, long pass over to Christie, scored a double last week, similar to what Rowan Robinson has done in this game. 4th tackle on the 20. Long ball over to Tuua. Pushing forward, they'll be 10 metres out now. 5th tackle now. Jackanil's calling for it. He looks to put another grubber kick in. Goes for it, picked up by Elms, but John Nano comes across with an absolute try saver there. And the Warriors survive. That could have been anything, that grubber kick.
It could have. And the Knights just look so much more dangerous when they're moving around, the ball around, when they're putting the kick in, compared to when they're doing these short 1-out passes. So as long as O'Neill's there, directing the play, spreading the ball around, I think the Knights will be a much more dangerous side.
As they go wide there to Isaac Simons. He'll play it there on the 40 there. Good little run there from the Warriors winger. Goes back down to Josh Corcoran. He's looking for a 40-20. That's a very good kick. It might be very good, in fact. He's going to get a 40-20. What a moment in the game. And Josh Corcoran may have just changed things around.
Well, the Warriors desperately needed that, but that's only half the battle. The next is getting the ball over the line and scoring.
As Ryan Lawrence now pushes forward. That'll be the second tackle. McCartney gives it over. They're going to go over there to Josh Corcoran now. He'll be held up. Playing it there, third tackle. Short side here. Long pass out to Isaac Simons, and he has a double.
Well, what were the Knights doing there? They just seem to have been caught napping themselves. Quick blindside play. Straight down the line to Simons, who has a tackle missed by Pongston, and I believe that would be Edwards on that wing. And another try for the Warriors.
You have to say, it's a little bit disappointing there. Also, the pass looked a bit flat there. Very nearly forward, but I think maybe the ref's got the right call there. It's very hard for us to tell the commentary box passes if they're forward or not based on the angle there. I'll back the ref there. But the Knights, it wasn't a great look, that set. The entire set, they're looking dangerous. And then they just go short side, and Simons, it was a little bit too easy for Isaac Simons, wasn't it?
It was a little bit. Actually, I think I might have called out the wrong player there. I think it was Murray who got stepped there to be scored on. But, yeah, look, it was just a little bit too easy. But getting a 40-20 does lift your team spirits. And so that would have made it that little bit easier for the Warriors as Snicko gets wrapped up.
Yeah, obviously now they're only down by 2 points, the Warriors, to start this half. I have to remind them that this game so far has been very similar to the Panthers Knights game last week, as an error is made off the kickoff there from the Knights. From the Warriors. As now they're looking dangerous here. Robbie Elms with an inside ball. That'll be the second tackle.
Yeah, that's a bit of a schoolboy error from the Warriors. You need to get to your kick in your set after points. Both teams have made a mistake there now, and the Knights get the chance to hit back.
Fourth tackle now, 5 metres out. Logan Strange it is. They go wide here to Pete Verotto. He will deserve a try of how strong he's been so far today in both attack and defence, but it will be wrapped up there by Aratera and Josh Corcoran. Fifth tackle now. Mark Lee grubbers it in. He takes the rebound, and Bo Sadler will score, and the Knights hit back.
Well, the Knights have really been getting their money's worth out of the grubber kick today. And we just see this Pongston in at dummy half, as that's Mark Lee who grubbers, and Sadler scores his try. Great work from the Knights, and this grubber kick's been really hard for the Warriors to handle.
Yeah, I think it was Jai McCartney who actually put a foot out there and sort of bounced upwards off it, and sort of just put it off the perfect angle for Sadler to come through and ground it nicely there. Mark Lee, I'll tell you what, he's had a terrific game so far, Mark Lee. He's been making really good decisions out on behalf. His defense has been good as always. I've been really impressed with how he's going so far.
Yeah, he's hardly put a foot wrong all game. Couple of interesting little dummy half runs from him that I think the referee might have been a little bit lenient on. But aside from that, I don't think I can fault his work.
Yeah, he's sort of obviously one of the more experienced because in the league, obviously making a decision last season to leave Penrith to go be a vice-captain for the new franchise, the Newcastle Knights. And since then, he's probably been one of the Knights' best players, just always making sure he's doing his job. Makes really good decisions. And so far, he's definitely doing good at all. Logan Strange gets absolutely annihilated by one of the younger blokes in the Warriors side, Ryan Lawrence. He'll be feeling that one tomorrow, Logan.
Logan's an old experienced campaigner, and sometimes the young bull comes in and grabs the old bloke by the horns. Great work from Lawrence there, and hopefully he can lift his team to put on a bit more of an effort, as we see one there.
W4 tackle now, Mark Lee. Goes now dummy half, decides to give it off to Jack and Hill instead. Must have realised there's no real play for him there, as Jack and Hill will play it there. They're at least going to get to the end of their kick here, as never mind, that's not really what the end of the kick you want. I pretty much jinxed it there. The old commentator curse strikes again. Lawrence dives on it. Great urgency there. Warriors will have another opportunity here to strike back, as Nanai will play it there just short of the 25. It goes there to Ryan Lawrence. He's been putting some real impact since he's come off the bench today. 12 meters out now. They go long ball. Liam Rogers onto it. He'll take a settler run there. Third tackle. Have to show a bit more attack here. It's going to be Corcoran now. Has a lot of pressure there. Doesn't really do much. Fourth tackle now. Goes down. Looking for a try, and he's going to get held up. Just short of the line. Fifth tackle now. Who's it going to be? The only player I see in position is Pat Corcoran. Who's it going to go to? Who grubs it? And he gets it into the back of Sticker Bro. That's not what they needed there.
Just a bit of a disorganised set all round from the Warriors. I can't even blame Sneeko for being in an offside position there, because what was his 5'8" doing behind him?
Yeah, it wasn't even the 5'8", I don't believe. Actually, no, it was. My bad. It was, in fact, Jenna White behind him. Similar headgear as the Pat Corcoran. That's my bad there. But Jaden White, you know, he just, that whole set, they looked really disorganised. They really never really looked like they were going to score. They sort of just did their figures. They throw another intercept. They'll get another opportunity here. This time to Sabbath to Ua it is. Looking for an inside ball runner, but Nanai is the one to get there. This is an opportunity for Warriors need. Snickerbro takes it up there. Second tackle. Out of dummy half. McCartney decides to go the other way. Corcoran puts on a little bit of a dummy. Alex Christie comes round to make a good tackle, though, on the 5'8". They go short there to Snickerbro. He pushes forward. 20 out now. Ready to find something here. Liam Rogers is going to take it. They go long ball over. Isaac Simons pushes forward. That'll be the fifth tackle now. They're going to go Josh Corcoran. He puts it high. Great kick there. Taken well by Dylan Murray. He'll get pushed out into the end goal. Will he? No, he's going to stay out of it. And the Warriors survive. Another great play there from Dylan Murray, though.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fearless taking the ball. He hasn't necessarily had the world's best defensive moments throughout the game. However, he's a young bloke. He'll get better with experience, and he's got the right mindset for it, so he could go far.
Yeah, he's made quite a couple of good catches under the high ball there, which is really impressive considering he's probably one of the smaller wingers in the comp, I'd have to say. As Pete Verano now gets crunched there by Liam Rogers and Sticker Bro. Playing it there just past 50. And oh no, another poor fifth tackle option. This time it's both Sadler that gets caught with it on the last. And 3 times in a row, they've pretty much failed to get to a decent kick since they've scored their last points tonight.
This is a bit of a bad habit of Newcastle's. When they're not getting the ball to their halves at the end of the sets, they look really, really non-threatening in attack. And this is the point where Jack O'Neill needs to grab his team by the scruff of the neck and say, this is how we're doing it, boys. Come with me.
Have to agree, whereas now Bunce looks dangerous as always, but Bo Sadler reads it well. Wraps him up there. Fourth tackle now. Corcoran now gives it short there to Ryan Lawrence. That's a good run. Gets up 15 meters out once more. It's going to be Josh Corcoran once again to put it high. This time it's Maverick Oldfield under it. He takes it there. But it'll be, and he'll stay in the end goal once more. I thought for certain that time he was going to go out, but they survive. As this is great defense from the Warriors. They're keeping them down here. Gain no meters on that play. So they continue to do that. They only get up to the 10-meter line. It's already third tackle. This is great from the Knights. They go wide once more. It's going to be Ponkston. Makes about 10 meters there, but still fourth tackle only on the 20. This is great stuff from the Warriors. This is probably the best defense we've seen all game. Now it's Christie. Gets manhandled there. Fifth tackle. Only 18 minutes they managed to gain that set. A great defensive set. They'll get to the kick, but they kick it from inside their own 20. But a great kick from O'Neill finds a bit of space. That may have saved the set, but Bunce of space. Oh, Robbie Oaks with the ankle tap. I thought for certain he was gone there. They spread it out wide. Corcoran it is now. Pushing up towards the 30. The Warriors, they're looking dangerous once again. As Liam Rogers now with some space. Breaks past the tackle of Bartley, gets the offload to Corcoran, and he'll be held up over the in-goal line.
Wow, what a set in both defence and attack from the Warriors as they send it upstairs, but no, he's definitely held up.
Liam Rogers was with a massive line break before he got the offload, and Corcoran just couldn't get his way down the line. It's going to be third tackle now. Goes short ball there to Rex Slatter, who's just made his way onto the field. Fourth tackle now. They go over here. White gives it there to Bunsen. You're not stopping him from there. He just gets down lows and he goes straight to the try line.
Once he's a bloke who knows how to find that try line, he's got an awful lot of tries. I believe he might be second or third on the all-time list. And gets a vitally needed one for the Warriors there, about 10 metres to the right of the right-hand post.
The Warriors now only down by 2. They haven't held the lead since the Knights scored those 2 back-to-back tries just at the end of the first half. But they'll get this kick to make it just within 2 points here. 19 minutes to go. It's anyone's game from here. But the Knights, they just haven't looked good since they scored the last try. They haven't been able to get outside. They're owed 40 since then. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit worried about the Knights. They still have it in them. They looked very tight the last couple sets.
If they can go back to their plan of moving the ball around, which has become clear that it is their plan, as long as they don't go back into their shell, they can still do here. People have the advantage with extra strike there, but if they just go back into their shell, the Warriors will run them down.
Yeah, look, obviously they still have the lead, so they're definitely not out of it by any means, but I'm just a bit worried with the fact they had 4 steps in a row pretty much, but they're always just hammered them inside their own, 40. And eventually they managed to crack it. Oh, that's an intercept. Mark Lee it is. Mark Lee looking to go, and he'll score a double here.
Well, if you're a Warriors player, that was not the set you wanted after points.
Mark Lee, his first career double, I believe, just went for an inside ball and he just pinched it out. And he crosses over the line. That is something there from the Warriors.
He's a crafty, experienced campaigner, Mark Lee. He knew what to do and where to be. And with 18 minutes left on the clock, I'm just not sure whether New Zealand can overcome an 8-point deficit. Sorry, Auckland can overcome an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, look, it's been very... 17 minutes is still definitely possible. But I think if the Knights want to still make sure they can still be in this, they have to have better sets than they were having after the last time they scored points. The last time they scored points, they didn't get inside the Warriors 60, pretty much. Outside their 40. And the Knights have to make sure they can do better then. Get outside of that 40, get to a good kick, and keep putting pressure on the Warriors since... Although Mark Lee got a good try, it was a good play there, but realistically it was a lucky try, it was only an intercept try. The Warriors still have it in them, but they have to be quick about it, I think.
I agree with you on a lot of that.
How quick can you possibly be? Another error here. As they're going to go wide now to Oratero, who breaks the line, is caught there by Matthew Vaughan. Second tackle now. Goes Corcoran. Gives it there to Jayden White. He'll push up towards the 10-meter line. Third tackle. The Warriors score here. This will be a massive moment in the game. They can definitely... we've had about 5 of those so far, but it's going to be fourth tackle, sorry. Goes wide there to Rogers. He'll be held up just short of the line now. Fifth tackle. Corcoran's raiding behind the rock. And he takes it on the line, and that's not what they needed.
This is the second time we've seen that from the Warriors. Fifth tackle, bloke takes it a dummy half, says, I'm going to pick it up and scoot, and they fail to score. I think the one thing that we've seen throughout this game is that when you're on your opposition's try line, you need to spread the ball, as we see penalty Newcastle.
And this is just getting not... I don't even know anymore. This is not getting good for the Warriors. The Knights haven't been great when completing sets this game, but they just keep on surviving. 14 minutes to go. They can definitely still make something off the Warriors, but they have to be quick about it. Samatua plays it there. Mark Lee sends it over. Gives it to Robbie Elms, who's been for the most part handled today. This will be the second tackle. He'll play it there. Mark Lee sends a long ball over there to Mark Guy, and he gets manhandled there in the middle. The Knights have not made many meters this set. It's going to go a long pass over to Samatua once more. Pushes up towards the 40. That'll be the fourth tackle now. They're going to go inside here to Robbie Elms. That's a good run there. He gets taken there by Bunce. That's going to be the fifth tackle now. 13 minutes to go. It's going to go to Jack O'Neill, who puts it high. Not the greatest kick there. Taken well there by Sean Walker. And then we're wrapped up there.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing play on the last there from Jack O'Neill, unfortunately. He really needed some more depth on that bomb.
As
Thompson makes
breaks
a
it
break.
past there. Jack O'Neill's going to catch up to him. He gets it offload now to Pat Corcoran. Sorry to cut you off there, Blair, as it's going to go second tackle. 11 minutes remaining. They have to do it now. Engo sets it up the middle. Third tackle. 2 plays remaining in the set. Corcoran. Short ball there to Barner. Fourth tackle now. 11 meters off the line. They go wide to Rogers to set up probably what will be the fifth tackle option. Who's it going to be? It looks like it'll be Josh Corcoran and Will, who puts it high. These high bombs haven't worked today. It might work this time though. Bunce pushes forward and he gets wrapped up once again.
Well, what an attacking set from the Warriors. Knights starting their set about 2 meters from their own try line as Veretto brings it forward. That was a much better bomb, I think, from the Warriors that we saw than we saw from Newcastle at the other end of the field.
Yeah, look, I think they definitely looked dangerous there with that bomb. Bunce managed to get his hands on it, and he stepped a couple, but he just got wrapped up just in time. As now Te'ua breaks up the middle, goes for the pass, but it's intercepted there by Ngo. Another error from the Knights. The Warriors have to be quick about it, though. There's only 9 minutes remaining as Rogers now through a line. He's been amazing in the second half, I'd have to say. Gets dropped up 20 meters out now. They can still do something here. Short ball there to Rex Slattery. Setting it up nicely. 15 meters out from the line as they get a penalty. Decision time now for the Warriors. As they take the 2. Honestly, not the worst decision in the world. I'm not even against that.
2 gets them 6 behind, but 6 would get them 2 behind. I'm not the hugest fan of this because now they're going to need to work it out of their own end, and they still need to score a try just to draw level.
Yeah, look, but the way I sort of look at it is with that 2 points, it gets them 1 try. If they had have scored, they still would have to go back to the other end until find a way to get more points and get a penalty, which is based on the Knights making a mistake. I actually think it's probably, it makes sense in their situation. It means they only need to get 1 score instead of 2 scores.
I mean, it helped, but I feel they should have risked it for the biscuit.
It's fair enough cause. Ngo now pushes forward. There's still 8 minutes remaining in this game. Rogers goes goes long. Ball taken on Veretto there. Pushes up towards the 30. He's played big minutes today, both Veretto and Rogers. It's a short ball now. It's going to be Rex Slattery getting up towards the 40. That's the 3rd tackle. Liam Rogers it is. 4th tackle. 7 minutes to go. Could we be headed to our first golden point game since Season 3? Slattery will play it now. 7 minutes to go. It's going to be Corcoran who punts it over. Oldfield's going to be on the end of it. He'll get past one. Maverick Oldfield's looking to go over distance. And he will. And this should seal the game for the Warriors. Sorry, for the Knights. As Maverick Oldfield goes the distance and gets another try for the Knights. And that should seal it for them.
Wow, what a run. Definitely against the run of play. But Oldfield, who himself is quite an experienced campaigner, takes the offer kick, steps 2 or 3 Warriors, and just goes coast to coast.
Great for them, for the Knights. And although it is possible to score 2 tries in 5 minutes, I mean, we saw Warriors do it. We saw the Knights do it, sorry. in the first half, but I think with the way we've seen the Warriors play today, I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe they should have gone for the 6 points at the end of the day, but they decided to take the 2, get them to within 6, and unfortunately it hasn't paid off for them.
No, it hasn't paid off, unfortunately. But there is still 5.5 on the clock. They need to force an error from the Knights here. And with how the Knights have played, that's definitely a possibility. Game's not dead, but it's certainly on its deathbed.
Yes, I'd have to agree with that as Matthew Ward plays it there. Markley gives it off to Strange. Short ball there from Strange to Tu'ua. Getting it over to 40 here. Over to third tackle. It's one of their better sets up the scoring points. Mobiston, there it is. Maybe he's looking for a hat-trick today. Would you imagine the scenes if Robert Mobiston were to score a hat-trick? It goes down there to Sabbath Tu'ua. That'll be the 5th tackle. 4 minutes remaining. Matthew Vaughan.
As a proud...
Go on, sorry.
As Simons makes a bit of a break here, I was just going to say, as a proud member of the Front Rowers Union, I think we'd have to take Mobiston's card off him if he were to score a hat-trick. As McCartney gets wrapped up there, just short of his 40-metre line.
I'd have to agree. Mobiston, you're not allowed to score hat-tricks in Rugby League. Otherwise, you're not part of the Front Rowers Union. As it goes, Corcoran bunts over to Isaac Simons. He'll be caught there. 4th tackle. 2 minutes to go. Corcoran. Short ball there to Rogers. Rogers with another break. He's been tremendous today. He gets wrapped up there. Just 25 out. Look who's calling for it. It's going to be Corcoran, but a bit of a mix-up on the last. And I think they'll put the game to bed.
I think that might just be game over. Both teams have been quite sloppy with the ball quite extensively throughout the game. And I think perhaps ironically that's actually reflected on the scoreboard as Elms makes a bit of a break here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. I'd be interested to see what the error count is when we look at the full-time stats, because I'll tell you what, I've not been impressed. Personally, Maverick Oldfield, maybe the Knights can get one more here. Oldfield will play it there. 3rd tackle, a minute to go. Inside ball there to Elms. Elms is looking for one. He gets wrapped up there. 4th tackle. They'll play it there now. Markley gives a long pass over to Strange, and he'll play it there now. 5th tackle now. Who's it going to be? Can the Knights get one more? It's going to be Jack O'Neill who puts it high. Can they get one more? It's taken there by Braun and Thompson. And that's going to be the game there. 10 seconds to go now. I don't think much will happen here. Just play the ball there. This will be the last play. Bunce will be. He just takes the tackle. And for Newcastle Knights are going to win their 2nd ever SRL game against the New Zealand Warriors at home. What a performance there. Blair Curtin, your thoughts?
Well, it was a bit of a Three Stooges skit at times, wasn't it? Neither team, as I said earlier, was particularly tidy with the ball. Both sides were in defense well, as we see 11 errors at 10 in favour of the Knights. 26 missed tackles to the Knights and 21 to the Warriors, and 29 line breaks apiece. Although, wow, what a time in possession stat.
38% from the Warriors, but they made 29 line breaks. 11 errors to 10, but they gave away 4 more penalties, which I think might have been the big difference here in disparity and when you look at possession rates. 4 penalties is not good enough.
No, it's not. And it did seem at times that whenever the Knights were in trouble, they just get a relieving penalty. And it was quite often from sloppy play from the Warriors.
So we look at some of the stats here. We'll take a look at the Warriors stats. Chance bunts, 216 run meters. Liam Rogers, what a performance he had. 212 run meters along with 3 line breaks. He was definitely trying his absolute hardest out there for the Warriors today, wasn't he?
Absolutely. It was a bit of a game of the second roles from both sides, I think, because I think we'll end up seeing similar stats from Pete Veretto. But absolute great play from Liam Rogers, a captain's knock from Chance Bunce, and Jai McCartney had a solid game as well.
Yeah, after Griff, we'll take a look at the Knights stats, and Mark Lee, he played really good. 2 tries, assist of 2 tries. He may have had 2 errors, but 2 tries to 2 tries. He was involved in 4 of 6 of their tries. That's a great job there from Mark Lee.
And there was, and let's look down at Pete Veretto, 27 tackles, top for the Knights with none missed. Not so much in attack, but in defence, what a rock.
Have to agree, especially I think with Pete Veretto, sort of a case of he doesn't take many runs, but every run he takes is a quality, just massive, just hard run, quick play the ball, gets them off the front foot. And of his tackles, 27-0 missed. Every tackle he made seemed like it was a quality, just massive shot, making sure no chance to miss, just the massive tackle to put the Warriors, you know, off their momentum. Great job there from Pete Veretto, I have to say.
Every time he lined someone up, he seemed to make the Knights meters without the ball.
Yeah, I have to agree, mate. He was really, really solid today. Pete Veretto, I'd have to say. As both these sides will look on for next week. Thank you once again, Blair Curtin, for joining me. And we will see you guys next time.